One day during our vacation in Spain, my girlfriend Carmen and I wanted something different. Not the usual museums, not just tapas and beach walks. We wanted a surprise, something that would shake us in a way we couldn't describe. After arriving at the hotel, we noticed a strange plant in the corridor near the stairs. It stood out from everything else. Towering, elegant, with ghostly white flowers the size of our hands. The petals curled like whispers, and it radiated a sweet, intoxicating smell that made us lightheaded almost instantly. There were no signs, no warnings. It just was there, like it had always been waiting for someone to notice. We plucked a piece, curious. The smell had this edible sweetness, like candy or licorice. It made no sense, but we tasted it, just a small bite. Within minutes, our tongues felt sandpaper dry, and there was a metallic, bitter aftertaste in our throats. Carmen tried to laugh it off, but it sounded strange, like an echo, like someone else was laughing through her. Then the real descent began. My pupils dilated so wide that the corridor lights became unbearable. My mouth turned into a desert. I could feel heat radiating off my skin like I was inside an oven. My shirt clung to me, but I wasn't sweating. Not even a drop. Carmen kept blinking, rubbing her eyes, saying she couldn't see straight, that colors were starting to crawl. Our legs gave out near the elevator. We sat on the floor, talking about time, reality, the hallway shifting in shape and depth. And then, the demons came. They weren't figures. They were presences. Black and oily, slithering from the walls, whispering promises of secrets and eternal knowledge. One introduced himself with a hiss, Leviathan. His voice sounded like it was coming from deep water, gurgling and monstrous. Another stood tall, crowned and smug, and called himself Paimon, demanding we kneel, threatening that the air itself would crush us if we didn't submit. I looked at Carmen, but it wasn't her anymore. Her face was shifting, melting. Her eyes were upside down, her jaw unhinged, and from her throat came a laugh that wasn't hers. My mind screamed demon. A voice inside me, a part that didn't sound like me, shouted that she was here to hurt me, that she wanted to skin me alive with her smile. I panicked. I struck her. She screamed, not the demon scream, but her own broken, terrified scream. And that's when I knew I was the one being devoured, not by her, but by something else. I fell backward, crawling into the hallway wall, eyes wide open, heart pounding so fast it felt like a machine gun in my chest. The next hours were a blur of horror. Carmen vomited repeatedly, shaking uncontrollably. I tried to walk but kept stumbling, my limbs twitching, useless. My skin felt stretched too tight. I couldn't urinate. My stomach cramped. The lights spun like devils and the floor rolled like a storm-tossed sea. I screamed at things no one else could see. Furniture twisted and bent. Mirrors showed no reflections. At one point, I think I stopped breathing for a few seconds, or maybe longer. That's when everything went black. We were found by the housekeeper hours later. Both of us collapsed in the hallway, eyes locked wide open at the ceiling, our mouths slightly open like we'd been mid-sentence when our souls left our bodies. The paramedics said we were unresponsive, but breathing shallow. I remember nothing until the hospital. We woke up in sterile, 2 white rooms. Carmen was on the other side, her face pale, her eyes bloodshot, staring at the fluorescent lights like they were staring back. A doctor came in, speaking fast Spanish. We couldn't understand, and we were too afraid to ask. Carmen looked at me. Just a slight tilt of her head. That's all it took. We had to leave. The paranoia hadn't stopped. The hospital felt like a trap, like the demons followed us in, Now wearing doctor's coats and plastic gloves, we told the nurse we needed the bathroom. As soon as we stepped into the hallway, we took the stairs. Carmen still had her phone. We didn't speak. We didn't breathe. Every sound felt amplified, every shadow a threat. We pushed open the fire exit door. No alarms, thank God. The night air outside was cold and full of shadows, but it was real. We flagged a taxi, ducking our heads, paranoid that someone or something was watching. Back at the hotel, we packed in silence. There was no sleep, just the sound of distant sirens and our own shallow breaths. At dawn, we left the town. The journey was over, not finished, just cut short, like some things are meant to be. We don't talk about that day anymore, but we both know something stayed with us. That plant was Datura, known to locals as Devil's Trumpet. A name we'll never forget. It showed us what was hidden inside us, our fears, our monsters. Some surprises are better left undiscovered.